Hi everybody, my name is Butternuts and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. I think that it's almost the end of day one, so I probably should have waited before I ended the last one, but you know, let's just see if we can kind of just speed through this. In the meantime, let's get rid of my mouse, okay? And let's go, let's just continue on with the story. The bus flew through my mind. And the square with the monument. The canteen full of pioneers, and the malicious face of Ulyana. Slavia. Lena. And even recalling Elisa didn't give me too much of a negative feeling. What if I'm here for good? Yeah, I was right. Damn it! Alright, whatever. I was having a dream. It seemed like I was in some kind of vacuum with nothing around me. But not only around, I was the only creature in the universe. As if the universe had returned to a state of singularity right before the Big Bang. And something was just about to happen. Suddenly, I heard a voice. I could not make out the words, but it sounded familiar. The voice was whispering something, as if soothing me. And then I released. It was the voice of that strange girl from the bus. The girl from the dream. But what is she trying to tell me? Who is she? I woke up. Bright sunlight struck my eyes. It was almost noon. After stretching lazily on the bed and yawning, I started to recall the previous day. In a few seconds, all its events passed before my eyes. The bus, the camp, the local inhabitants. No, that's just wrong. Not this whole situation, not me being here. It was wrong by default. My attitude towards what was happening was wrong. Because yesterday, I fell asleep here just like that, and before that, I chatted nicely with the local pioneers. Even managed to crack a few jokes. How could I act like that in such a situation? I should be frightened, startled by every little rustling. Should avoid all contact with potential hostile creatures. That little blue man in the walls, creepy as fuck, dude. The last day's events were getting hazy, like I had a hangover. This really feels like the morning after a heavy drinking party. Yesterday's natural, flawless, absolutely normal conduct becomes a nightmare in the morning. A grotesque illustration of the divine comedy. Yes, it's just like that, and I can't change the past now. Then again, I'd probably assess the situation and was acting accordingly. I glanced around trying to figure out whether I had been thrown somewhere else, but Olga's cabin looked the same as yesterday. Everything seemed to be in its place except for the pioneer uniform, which was hanging from the bedhead. I fumbled with it in distrust and tried it on. At least this is better than walking around in winter clothes. Wish I could see myself, but I look like a clown. And for that I needed a mirror, at least a tiny one. I finally found one on the wardrobe door. Holy God, I looked at the newfound pioneer and jumped away in surprise. There was some teenager on the other side of the mirror. He resembled me, but he wasn't me. Where did the weak stubble go? Where were the bags under my eyes, the slouch, that deathly fatigue on my face? It seemed that I had not been thrown back in time or into parallel reality, but instead had simply changed bodies with somebody else. Right, that's real simple. Such things happen every day. I took a closer look at the stranger, and only then I realized that it actually was me. It just wasn't today's me. Maybe the one from between my school and university years. Well, at least that's something. There you go. The person in an extreme situation did fall to notice the elephant in the room after all. But the camp leader noticed it, and last night she told me off for addressing her without proper respect. Ah, screw that. I doubt my appearances affect anything else. If the clock was not lying, breakfast was almost over. Oh well, I'll try to go find something in the canteen. It worked out well yesterday with Slavia, didn't it? Those memories made me smile involuntarily. The sun was shining brightly outside, a light breeze was blowing. A beautiful summer day. I had not felt so good in the morning for several years. All problems were gone, vanished into clouds that were as white as snow. Olga came out of nowhere. Good morning, Semyon. Morning. I smiled, doing my best to show that, no matter what, my morning was indeed good. You only arrived yesterday, so I decided not to wake you up, but breakfast... Never mind, here, take this. She handed me something wrapped in paper. Judging by the oily stains, there had to be sandwiches inside. Oh, thank you. Now, go wash yourself. I was about to leave. Wait a second. Olga quickly ran into the house and came out to shove a small bag into my hands. Inside it, I found a toothbrush, soap, a small towel, and something else. I did not look too closely. A pioneer should always be clean and tidy. Let me do your neckerchief properly this first time. Yours is askew. You should do it yourself once you learn how to. Do we have to? I am going to wash myself now. Yeah, right. It could get hooked on the tap and strangle me. Fine, later then. And don't forget about the lineup. Pencils, paper, drawing lines. You don't forget such things. What lineup? What do you mean, what lineup? She frowned. It's Monday today. Weird. By my approximation, it should have been Sunday. Then again, a shift in the day of the week is hardly the worst thing. Usually we have lineups early in the morning before breakfast, but it's Monday today, so we're having it at 12 o'clock. Don't be late. Alright, but where? At the square, where else? There was no reason to argue. I headed to the bathing place. I knew I could forget about separate showers and toilet, but at the sight of this malfunctioning symptom of decaying socialism, a funny turtle with a tin shell, paw taps, and a ceramic belly, I felt sick. I was not a squeamish person, but nevertheless, standing there, I realized that there was still some minimal level of habitable comfort which I found it troublesome to do without. It's often like that. When you lose things that you thought were ordinary and common, you suddenly understand just how essential they are. Screw this, as if I have any choice. The water was ice cold. While washing my hands was not an issue, washing my face and mouth became a big problem. There was no toothpaste in the bag that Olga gave me. I could brush my teeth without it, but there was a small round box wrapped in the towel. Tooth powder. Cute. 1 point for being somewhere in the past. I washed myself quite quickly, also due to the ice cold water. Someone was coming quickly, more like running towards me. I turned around. It was Slavia, dressed in a tracksuit. This girl would probably look good in anything: pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. Hey there. What? Ohio? I mean, what? Good morning. Yeah. Oh yeah, real smooth. Why didn't you come for breakfast? I overslept. I said it as if I was proud of it. But Olga gave me some sandwiches. Oh, great then. Don't forget about the lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Right, I gotta run. Enjoy yourself. Wait, did she see me naked? Or like in my underwear? Ah, shit. She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the path's bend. Looks like it's a couple of minutes until the lineup. I should quickly pass by my home to drop off my washing bag and eat the sandwiches, and then head to the square. I swung open the door to the camp leader's cabin and rushed inside, as if jumping into the last car of a departing train. Okay! Whoa! Okay, this... Oh my god, what's with the rock music? Jesus Christ! You have to be kidding me! It hasn't even been 10 minutes! Jesus Christ! It didn't turn out to be the best idea because... Oh my god! What the fuck? And this music, man. Oh, she sees me. I can't read this. I really can't. Have you heard of knocking? Now get out. Yeah, that was real close. What was the point of that? Although I did enjoy the sight. Whew. Here, take this. Now it is your home too. Did she give me? Yeah, she handed me a key. You changed fast. Of course, if we disregard how fantastical the current events were, this camp was far from being the worst place on earth. But to call it home, just after one day spent here, I doubt it'll ever be able to do so. Alright, let's go, we're late. But what about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way. We were passing along the lines on the pioneer cabins while I was tucking into the ham sandwiches, and Olga kept on talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of Operation with Parkinson's. Oh god. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna use that. But I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Huh? You weren't listening? Sorry. Today is the first day of your new life as a pioneer. As you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Yeah, definitely. I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him to participate in social work, to help his juniors, to study and study and study again. We here are all like one big family. And you will become part of it. Yeah, part. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense. I hope that after your term here is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories about our camp. Memories that will last your whole life. And when will this term end? Why do you keep asking silly things? It seems I won't get any information from her. A shame, really. This world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. It seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, this situation isn't a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of the time you will spend here. I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It would be good to know where that here is. But we came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. What if somebody's not here yet? Nope, all here. She looked her... shit. Whatever. Alright, go stand somewhere. Weird. Why does she tell me that there are no sleeping places? I guess these are just all the characters then. Even though the canteen, we clearly saw a ton of people. While the chief was running her mouth about our plans for the week, I stared at the people, who all seemed to be staring at that one fly. A few heads away from me stood Electronic. A little further, Lena and Slavia at the end of the line, Uliana and Elisa. Everyone I had met was here. Olga spoke about some competitions and I turned my attention to the monument. Jenda! I cannot remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt, or even disdain. Probably some local leader. Daydreaming again? Slavia brought me back to reality. Olga stood nearby. Still remember the plan for the week? The plan? I will never forget the plan. Perfect. She looked at Slavia. Did you bring it? Yes. Slavia handed me a piece of paper. It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse, and a musical club in a separate building. Then visit the infirmary. And finally, visit the library. Got it? Yeah. The checklist seemed like a good chance to find out some things since I had to go to places I haven't been before. Then come on, start right now. What about lunch? Don't worry, I'll bring you more sandwiches. The checklist is more important. Good luck. They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast? No, I missed lunch too. This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage it in time somehow. Lunch starts at 1. Then again, if I'll go there, I might miss a place in the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go from the canteen anyway. Ah, jeez. Which clubhouse do we go to? There's 2. Oh, okay, it's the same place. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes. And university, I had no interest in participating in the school student council. I wasn't interested in boxing, aero modeling, or sewing. So I came here just to check off the box. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of junior robot enthusiasts. There were wires and simple printed circuits scattered everywhere. Chips and on the table proudly stood on the oscillograph. I heard voices from another room, and then 2 pioneers appeared. One was electronic and the other one I didn't know. Hi, Semyon. We've been expecting you. Okay, why does everyone keep saying that? Please don't do that. It seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me? Whatever. He didn't let me answer. And this is Shurik. He's in charge here. I assume there's only 2 of you in the club? Well, you can say that it's 3 now. Shurik came up to me and assertively offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar. Welcome to the club! Yep, now I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to... We're always welcoming new members. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. It's amazing. I even remember the words in the 1st grade. I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. Oh no, I just wanted you to sign my checklist. Yep, you sign up to the club, whatever, he grinned. Don't wink at me. I was getting ready for a long, boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia. Jesus Christ, you're everywhere. Ah, Semyon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble. She narrowed her eyes, looked at the future of the motherland's robotics industry. I know these 2. They can. Well, you know, I actually just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation. No problem, give it to me. Slavia took the paper and marched up to Shurik. Sign it. Wow. Hold on, we're not done yet. You're done. Sign it now. Wow, your hair is long. She gave Shurik such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles in the checklist. I thanked Slavia, then I moved on to the mellow mood. I think I'm supposed to go to the infirmary next. Yeah, it looks like everybody's in the... No. I don't know where these people are at. Am I gonna do this multiple times in the game? Just kind of pick where I want to go? There's a bus stop over here. Maybe I have to go there next week. What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual, but I have to visit it. I entered a common infirmary like my school doctor's room. Whoa! A middle-aged woman sat at the table. What's with this music? Obviously, she was a nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, Pioneer. Both her eyes are different colors. Huh, said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip. She said all of it with an even tone. What for? To inspect. To auscultate. To check on your health, you know. By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola. She turned to me. What are you waiting for? Strip. But I have no health issues. I've got this. I neatly gave her the paper. Later. She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In a moment, the door opened widely and an electronic rushed inside. Whoa! Did Slavia punch you in the face? Jesus Christ, what happened? Oh, I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga... There was a massive bruise under Electronic's eye. I doubt that this could be a football injury. Sit down, I'll have a look, she said to him. And you? Pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued. If something hurts, come to me immediately, Pioneer. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. The nurse is surely something else. Alright, now I go to the library. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in a library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I better hurry up with this checkpoint. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner looking through their collection of comic books. Back then I didn't know why they had so many or why couldn't I take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then whole concepts of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. Aww. That's cute. I'm gonna draw that. I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then I could just sit there. So I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur, I'm not going to pronounce that. The World as Will and Representation. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. The life of a man, with its endless upkeeps, wants, and suffering, is it to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the procreate act, i.e., the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, it is also the reason the man owes nature his death, and thinks with anxiety of his debt. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? At any rate, We always exist. From time to time, paying with death for our birth, we always exist, and alternatively bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect. That is a result of our stated will to live. Thus the fear of death, which in spite of all the miseries of life holds us firmly to it, is really elusive. But just as elusive is the impulse which has attracted us into it. This attraction itself may be seen objectively as the mutual longing glances of two lovers. They are the purest expression of the will to live. In its affirmation, how gentle and tender is it? It is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure and mild joys for itself, for others, for all. Someone knocked on the door. I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena. Oh. Hi. I smiled. Hi, I just wanted to return a book. She had the copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday. Oh, Xenia is sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm away. I turned around in surprise to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table. What is it you wanted? I needed to check here. Give it here. She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Lena came up to her to return the book. I thanked Xenia and went out. Ah, do we still have to go to the music club? Ugh. The music club is a small, one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. There were enough instruments for a whole orchestra here. Drums, guitars, even a piano. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period that they were from, but suddenly I heard a crawling. I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. Okay. Seriously? Okay, we got Hatsune Miku underneath the piano. Okay. She was standing on all fours in such a suggestive pose. You did not need to bring that up. Excuse me. Ah! Who's there? Whoa, what the hell happened to the screen? She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so. Ouch! Yeah, this is definitely Hatsune Miku. She struggled out. Sorry, I scared you. Oh man, it's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist. You must be new here. Yeah. My name is Miku. No, really, I'm serious. Nobody believes me, but it's my real name. Oh, okay, my mother is Japanese. My dad met her when he was building, well, it wasn't him who was building it. He's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there. Or a dam. Or a bridge. Whatever. She was talking so fast she swallowed half the words she tried to pronounce. Jesus Christ. I'm Semyon. Alright, then I guess I have to talk fast. Great, want to be in our club? It's only seemed to you now, but it would be two of us then to play anything. Ah, shit, I skipped it. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really. Oh, it's okay, I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example? How about a violin? I know it all, honestly. Ah, you're pretty talented. There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl. Okay, first off, nothing we see here is in an orchestra except that piano. Jesus Christ. There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl, since there was only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me. Hey, I'll think about it. Can you sign it for now? She's so cute, actually. Yeah, sure, give it to me. Be sure to come around. I sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs. Or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary. Sure. Thanks, gotta go now. Of course, come anytime. The end of her sentence stayed inside. It might be nice to hang around with the guitar in the evening, but in such company. I turned to leave and came face to face with Elisa. Why are you really red now? She eyed me suspiciously. Why did you come? The checklist. Got it signed? Yes. Then move it! Elisa went inside and I hurried to leave the place. I don't like her. I really don't. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga and give it to her. She was sitting in the front of her cabin reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities intended beyond giving fiery speeches at the lineup, scolding Oliana, and getting involved into my moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here. I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great. I could have signed it myself without going anywhere. Perfect. So, did you meet our nurse? Yes. For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine. Which club have you signed up for? I didn't. I need to think first. That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign up. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow. Of course, sure. Right, it's time to go to dinner. About time, I was getting hungry. I headed to the canteen together with Olga. And we'll pick this up in the next video. Before somebody else shows up. Wow, time actually goes by pretty fast reading this. But I have a nice time reading this, so I really hope you guys are enjoying this too. I wasn't expecting the first 10 minutes to get so... Wow, why they chose to play a song like that, Jesus Christ. But, you know, I hope that was at least funny for you guys to witness. But, I can't wrap my head around this game, I really can't. This game is so weird. But, yeah, I really hope you guys are enjoying. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. And I will see you guys next time. Hi, Butternut out.